from YouTube. So I guess we'll be doing the show. Whoa, 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 whoa. We'll be doing the show in a different way. I'll have to go, what's this called, horizontal today. Because YouTube are Nazis and it's their way or the highway, and I don't like vertical. So it's this new generation of TikToking and Instagramming and 30-second videos. Am I even live right now? Hopefully this is actually working. I expect it is. I apologize for being a little bit late. Lots of stuff going on right now. Going on the Nia Bay expedition in like 10 days or so. So there we go. So this will be a little strange for me. For all of us old schoolers that like the vertical, this is like the horizontal, this is vertical today. So just have to kind of deal with it. I'll be answering questions on the topic of Sasquatch. Yeah, definitely a little bit late. So again, apologies for that. I have done this live show. Oh my God. I've been doing this live show for years now. Every Wednesday, it's 7 p.m. Mountain time. I live in the mountains, but 6 p.m. Pacific. And you have to figure it out from there, wherever you're at. Because this is, most assuredly, we get all across North America. No, we get it all the way across Canada and the United States. I rarely, if ever, get someone from Mexico. See, I don't even already like this. Now I gotta screw around with this. So, like I said, guys, it's not my fault. YouTube is forcing everybody to go vertical now, and if you don't like it, too bad. It's YouTube. They don't give a rat's butt. So anyway, I'll start answering some questions about Sasquatch because I know a lot about Sasquatch. I am the man who takes people out in the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. That's what I do. My expeditions are really, really, really sold out, but I also get cancellations from time to time. When you're taking out over 30 people a year, so I do actually. So I do approximately, well, not approximately. I do about 12 expeditions a year. There's 7 days each expedition, and so I used to do, well, conservatively used to do 10 expeditions. Used to be about 30 people I would take out. So it's 20 weeks of expeditions because I'm in 1 week and not the next. And it's a lot of work, guys. Getting everything all organized. I've got e-bikes, I've got food, I've got equipment, and it's a hell of a lot of work. And I have, as many of you know, I'm a father, and I have 2 children that I have custody of, and they're under my care, and they are awesome and amazing, but a little bit of work. Well, the 5-year-old is, the 15-year-old's amazing. So yeah, it's a lot, and I've been doing these expeditions. Well, I've been taking people out to see Sasquatch, well, since before even Survivor Man. So it's been a long time, a lot of years. And Survivor Man, those shows were in 2013 and 2014, so they're 10 years, they're a decade old now. So, and really, I have to say, Survivor Man taught me so much. Taught me how to make documentary style TV, because we don't do reality TV, we don't do fake TV, and there's all kinds of genre of TV. We are documentary style. When it happens and you film it, you can talk about it, and that's it. So that's what he taught me. It was wonderful working with him. I have so much respect for him. In case you don't know this too, so he was done. He didn't want to do Survivor Man anymore. So he'd done like 10 seasons, and he was looking for me. He'd actually done 10 seasons of Survivor Man, and then he tried to contact me. He was trying to contact me for years, and I was not working with anybody at the time. So I would maybe take, 2-3 people out a year. It was very rare. I would take people out. It wasn't anything like it is now. I would just take people out and show them the evidence and take them back home, because it's a lot of experience, guys, taking care of other people. Like, I know how to take care of myself. I've been doing that for a long time, but having other people out in the wilderness to take care of, especially in the backcountry wilderness where I go, it's dangerous, and you really got to know what you're doing. You gotta, it even takes practice to take people out and keep them safe, and to watch them and see. Really, expeditions, let you know a little secret. Half the time I have to watch the people. I have to make sure they're not getting blisters. I have to make sure their legs aren't getting burned out. I have to make sure they're hiking properly. I have to make sure that they're feeling comfortable and safe and having good tranquility, and making sure they're confident in me as their guide. So, and having fun. That's a critical component of it. So the expeditions have really turned into now, I mean, in these last few years, it's been an interview process that I take people through because I want to make sure that I'm not taken out. Because there have been people, it's funny, you know, the video that I have on my expedition page, I tell people there really are bears and mountain lions and wolves and moose. It's a real ecology out there. And people didn't know that. Or they would think preposterous things. Like I remember this one woman I took out that Warner Brothers sent me out with her. She was a kind of a celebrity, and she thought she'd been to Banff before, which is kind of close to the research area I was going to. But anyways, Banff is in Canada, in Alberta, where close to where I was doing the research. And she thought that all the wild animals were behind fences because when you drive down the highway, they have these game fences that keep the animals off the highway. So what I explained, I was like, no, the wild animals are not in. You don't fence in wild animals in the wilderness. All those fences are there for is to keep wild animals off the highways. Well, she thought, well, that's you don't go in there, do you? I go, well, it would be like this in your manner of thinking. If it's like a zoo, it'd be like I go into the enclosures of the animals. She's like, the bears can just walk up on you. Yes, it's real wilderness, and she'd never seen anything like that. And so I had to get through a process where I don't want people that are going to quit. That is a nightmare when people be halfway through an expedition, they quit on me. And I've cleaned it up where it's not, it's very manageable actually. It's quite rare that people quit on me anymore. And I think too, what's happened is a lot of people that get to know me, they realize like I really do this. If you have to watch Survivor Man. If you don't, if you haven't watched my Survivor Man episodes, you really don't know me very well. They're a critical part of my development and part of people understanding me. And if you understand Survivor Man at all, like I legitimately took Survivor Man out and he had some of the worst days of his life as Survivor Man after all the stuff he did. One day I remember one day at the top of the mountain and he looked at me and says, "This is the hardest day I've ever had. I've never seen it like this. This is brutal." And I literally looked him in the eyes right back and I said, "Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. This is not in my top 10 for hard nights. I've had it way worse than this." So the weather could just kick your ass, and the elements tied in with the location and the steepness of the mountains and the backcountry remoteness, it gets to you. So, but we're doing real good. Everything's evolved really well, and I'm extremely happy. So, say what you want about me, but nobody can argue the fact, the absolute truthful fact that I really go backcountry wilderness. I don't know anybody does the stuff that I do in North America. So maybe there'd be some dudes that I have met, shaman in Mexico on the in the Mayan side on the Mayan Riviera of Mexico, just above Tulum and Belize. There's some really cool jungle, Chichen Itza and Tulum, all those areas. Awesome jungle. And I met some shaman who've lived out there who will take a couple people into the backcountry wilderness. So I don't know how safely they keep them or how they guarantee their safety, but not in the Pacific Northwest of the United States and Canada, which is where my expertise lies. So a little different for the show. I'll be kind of squeezing in like this, and it's weird vertical, but it is what it is. Hi Todd, Paul from Oregon here. Will your next movie delve into DNA evidence? Nope. That you've collected? Nope. I'd like to know more about Sabe human connections. Well, I'll tell you. Was it 9 times? Actually, no, I don't remember if it's 9 or 9. I think it's 9 times. There's human mitochondrial DNA on the female side of the gene. And that actually makes sense. I'm not going to go into the description of that. But what the coolest thing about the DNA that you do need to know. So the difference between us and gorillas. So the primates that don't have tails, we're in that category. It's gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, bonobos, and human beings. So those 5 known species. I say known because Sasquatch is in there. But all those other species, the orangutans, the chimpanzees, even the mountain gorillas that can take some cold weather, they're all, without a doubt, tropical primates or even subtropical. We are not. So we moved off into Europe as human beings, Homo sapiens, and I guess Neanderthals bred in with us as well. That the evidence substantiates that as well. So we all went into the colder climates north and became cold weather primates. So there's no other known cold weather primate except Sasquatch. And the DNA, so our closest living relative is chimpanzee, and we're humans right here. And you get gorilla and orangutan, bonobo are all over here, right? So everybody thought that the Sasquatch DNA was here. It's not. It's here. And how do we know that? This is what this is why I had trouble with geneticists, because I was not nobody nobody ever offered to do a full genome on my DNA. So I was only doing specific mitochondrial tests, and they tested against human and chimpanzees. Problem was, where it should have been off by 1%, it was going off more than that. So it was matching human, or at least it was in the human criteria. It was over here somewhere. But remember, like if we had Homo floresiensis, the hobbit, that are allegedly extinct. They lived on the Floresiensis island. They're allegedly still there, but the closest uh, subjects that we have are over 20,000 years old. So they are like little hobbit hominids. They're not humans. They would Homo floresiensis would not be uh, breedable with us, or allegedly not, anyways. But they would test as human if we had their DNA, because once it gets over this side, we don't know how far it goes. Problem was the Sasquatch, again, when they're testing human, some of the DNA would be 1% off a chimpanzee, and other bits of it would be like 1.52% off. So that means they're further down the chain. And there's really, I'm not going to go into too much more details on that, but that's not debatable. It actually makes sense, because Sasquatch are better cold weather primates. They'd be further down the scale than us. They're bigger, stronger, faster. Working intelligence is going to exceed ours significantly. I've already seen that. And that's something that's kind of new that they've done with chimpanzees, is shown that their working intelligence is actually significantly superior to human beings. And I've seen that in the field of Sasquatch on multiple occasions. They can literally, just as an example, if they're moving through trees towards me, so let's say there's 20 trees all behind them, and they move in to me, and then when they back up, they move around those trees without looking at them. And my theory is that they just remember exactly the placement of those trees, and they can move back, precisely back around a forest, and keep their eyes straight on me, and not even flinch. The other thing that myself and other people have seen them do, even younger ones, is they'll take one look at the ground and then they'll run on it and watch you for like 40 seconds. How can they do that? Well, and the answer is, I believe they look at the ground and memorize it, and then they just run based on that knowledge of where the ground is, which is extremely intelligent. Human beings cannot do that, not even close. So, and that's working intelligence. That's intelligence in the moment as things are transpiring, and which is enormously advantageous. So, lots and lots of stuff, guys. We're just what we know and what we've deduced about Sasquatch based on anthropology and primatology is just so absolutely tremendously significant. And so the discovery process is at hand and is moving forward very, very fluidly. Thank you for your help today, Andy. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I'm going to be a little strange about, I just don't like vertical at all. It really bothers me. Hello, Mr. Penner. Thank you very much for tuning in today, my friend. I'm going to turn this up a little bit because, God, I don't like vertical. I'm trying to complain about it too much, but I find it extremely annoying. Hello, Todd. Hello, Eric. Thanks for tuning in today. Catherine Dale, I'm in Alabama as well. And Alabama has Sasquatch in the Talladega Forest, specifically in the Cheaha Valley for sure. But that's specifically the Talladega Forest, 100%. The Talladega Nights, the jokey, funny movie, Ricky Bobby, in the Talladega Forest in Alabama, there's tree breaks and tracks and tons of evidence of Sasquatch there, 100%. There's a big loop that I went around, and I could literally find the tree breaks and go off that loop into the wilderness and just find tons and tons of Sasquatch tree breaks. And clearly Sasquatch tree breaks, clearly directional, and clearly purposefully put there for an event that had transpired. So the trees are so different from Alabama to the Pacific Northwest. Like it's night and day. There's very little similarity between the trees. And it was amazing to see the Sasquatch picking out the right trees to break. They just know their terrain, right? They just know it so well. And it was absolutely amazing. So Richard says Nia Bay expedition. Yeah. Well, I have so the two people that are coming out with me on the Nia Bay expedition, it's their second expedition with me. Just outstanding gentlemen, like forever in the brotherhood of doing these expeditions, which is wonderful. That's what's happening now is the majority of people I take out are just coming back. So the cooperation has grown. Remember, I've been doing expeditions now since like 2019 probably is when I started. So I've got a lot of experience. And I started out small, grew. It was actually, I remember it was Survivor Man told me, you should do expeditions, take people out. And I was like, I'll never do that. That's such a sellout thing. And long story short, it was really I was in a pretty hard spot. I was working, but I needed extra money for family, and just I was having a really tough time financially. I'd lost a crap ton of money on the movie Discovering Bigfoot. So you guys know, it's been a financially, it cost like over $400,000 to make that movie. Never mind my time. We never got a fraction of that back. I was lucky to have it distributed at the end, so I just got so much resistance from those the morons that run History Channel, and with not even the top people like Zach Beher from History Channel is amazing. I think very highly of him, but he has to deal with the bureaucracies in those channels. Those people are just complete idiots. And it's actually, I say that like idiots because it's done damage to Sasquatch research when you get people like, I'm not going to name any names, but you get these famous guys that are dumpy and lazy, and they'll show up late and leave early for their film shoots. And these are like legitimate, amazing places they go, like Alaska and way up in beautiful spots in British Columbia. And these wimps, wusses, what do we call them, beta men that are pathetic, don't even really care. They're just there for a paycheck. And I literally I would do so much more. Like, I'm so passionate about this. I would come early. I would do backstory. I would spend nights out there. Like that's really even kind of what happened with Survivor Man. Is the show is Survivor Man, and he's always going to be truthful. He's always going to be honest. And if I would have kept working with him, I was like, man, I'll find you all the spots you want to go to. I'll spend a week there before. I'll get you cutaway shots. Like I'll make the show great. But then the show, he has to be honest and say, well, Todd did this and Todd did that, and it's not the Todd Standing Show. It's Survivor Man, and he's the man. So you know, I just do things very differently, and I'm far but different in an extremely effective way. Like, even there was this bogus show where they were doing this that Zach Beher didn't get me to come out. He got these wimpy, weak guys that were just ignorant and scared, like pathetic, weak. And so they had a Sasquatch encounter. The guys lost it so badly. They actually had guns. They dropped their guns and ran away, so they had to reenact it. And it was just, the reenactment was pathetic. And I legitimately believe they actually had that Sasquatch. They went on the boat at night. They were trying to make the show exciting by saying, "Oh, Sasquatch swims. They'll kill people on boats." Like, it's all just horse crap. But I believe they got a thermal image of a Sasquatch that came out to them and looked at them. And this is when History Channel gave me a call. Was trying to the one person that's got my back out there was trying to make a point of why we should have had Todd standing out there. And so I get a call, and he's there with the board. I'm like, "Todd, so what do you think was happening?" I go, "That's the Sasquatch." "What would you done, Todd?" You'd have heard, and I respond immediately, "You would have heard a splash in the water, and I'd have been on that shore, and you could feel my ass thermally. Like, that's a real Sasquatch out there, like legit." And the rumors and the backstory was they were killing people and all that stuff. No way. Well, sure, I'd kill people if came after my family. Who wouldn't? I bet you there were jerk off hunters shooting at them. And even if they are angry, mad Sasquatch, I don't know. I got to get out there. I got to try. It's so exciting to me, and I don't believe anything bad would happen. Um, I've had so much experience with Sasquatch, and I know them so well. And if he was angry at me, I would go out there and I'd find out. I mean, worst case scenario, I'd jump back in the water and swim back. I am ice trained, right? And that's the other thing about me too, is like, I'll prepare so hard. Like, dude, guys, I train in the gym. I work out 6 days a week. I do rebounding. I ice bath. Oh goodness, is the audio working right now? Oh, guys, 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Oh my God, I hope the audio was working okay. So I don't see anybody complaining. Hi Todd, how's it going? Hi Pete, Joseph. Okay, so I think the audio was working okay. I had a Bluetooth auto connect. Man, I love your work. Ever consider coming to Western North Carolina? I would love to go all through the South, man. I would I would love that so much. Probably gotta wait till my daughter gets a little older. She's only 5 right now. I don't know. I would love to, Matt. I loved it down in the southern United States, like the ecology, the land. There's totally Sasquatch down there, and I had a really good time in Alabama. Um, I was in Texas a long time ago. My mom lived in Texas. I loved it down there. There were some Texas Rangers that have incredible evidence of Sasquatch. Florida, I've been trying to go to Florida for so long. Australia, to get out there for the Yowie. There's so much. I just got to keep expanding, guys. It's just a matter of serious expansion. And what is happening now, though, is I'm training people. So I have so many people that are trained. They're all over North America, now into Australia. I have a guy in Australia that I've trained who's going to work with the Yowie out there. So it's that knowledge out there is expanding so dramatically. So that's one thing that's happening right now. But I'd love to get out there, guys, like so badly. Oh, but I'm really for now. What I'm going to do, even the problem with Survivor Man or most of these Bigfoot shows, that's preposterous, is they go from one place to another, like, and you're not going to get any success there, guys. Like primatologists who study gorillas, as an example, it takes them 8 years before the gorillas will start interacting with them and start allowing them to come around. 8 years of habituation. These TV shows are fly by night meat grinders are pathetic. You're not going to get anything in a week. Like, come on. It's the reality of it is absolutely ridiculous. There's a huge difference between practice and theory and practice. The practical reality of going from place to place week after week, it's absolutely just not going to happen. It just makes me just want to smack my head. So let me uh, let me stay focused. I decided to stay focused in Radium, British Columbia. We're getting incredible results there, and let us break this discovery here. That's just my goal. And from what I learned last year, oh my God, guys, like we're doing so good out here. I know the drone, we had the thermal drone. That was a big kind of a bust with the thermal drone. Um, it really was. It's not going to work. Just the drone is too freaking loud. It's just so goddamn loud. As amazing as the technology is, it is just. If you use it around the city, you're not going to notice. But we're out there in the wilderness. I can literally like, if I talk at this volume, you can hear me 30 yards away in the wilderness. In the city, nowhere can you do that. There's always a humming. There's always an ambient around sound. It's just so still and quiet out in the wilderness. And when you fly things up, it's like you hear airplanes go over and they're 50,000 feet or whatever, not 50,000, but they're high up there, tens of thousands of feet, 10, 20,000 feet in the air, and you can hear them, So a drone I could never fly that thing and get visuals more than, what was I doing, like 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, and you can still hear it clear as day. And that's just not going to work with Sasquatch. So is there any updates? This is from Paul. Is there any updates on the First Nations man raised by Sabates? No. All I know is he's supposed to come out there this year. Isn't that cool, Paul? That is so amazing. So there's a video, guys. You just got to go watch it on my YouTube channel. I don't remember what it's called. It was in the last month, and it's incredible the potential of that gentleman coming out. I mean, that would so just shortly, allegedly, there's a man who, according to other First Nations people and powerful sources that I really, really trust, even my native teacher, never exaggerated. Like, there are people in my life, maybe 10 people in my life, that I could tell you that are so honest, so truthful. They don't even exaggerate. If Survivor Man caught a fish that was 12 inches, he would say it's 10. If he's got something going on, he always under promises and over delivers. Not many people like that. My native teacher was like that. He was precise. He was bang on. And the other people that I've seen around that have to do with this man who was allegedly raised by Sasquatch, all vie for him. Say 100%, this is legit. This is real. So if this man truly comes out this year, so apparently he's going to come out and find me he knows where I am at my research center. If he has to do with Sasquatch, he'll know that. He's going to come out and meet me and interact with me. So, or come and say, hey, and I have no idea on the expedition, nothing. And there won't be anything more, Paul. There's nothing more. He's gone. That man is in the wilderness. He's not going to, the next human being that will probably see him is me. He's in the bush, and he's got everything he needs. He disappears for years at a time. So, but he said that he's going to come out and see me. If that happens, guys, I don't even know what to say. It'll be his way, though. Like, if I can film him, I will. If I don't film him, I'm going to tell you about him. He might say, don't film me. It's within his right to do that. But the expeditioners will be there to testify for what transpires. And I have a funny feeling the evidence that will substantiate from that. I mean, this guy will probably come with Sasquatch. He probably stays with them, lives with them, goes right into their habitat. Like this could be what we've been waiting for. This could be just next level, end of discovery. In fact, if he comes out, I can't see any other alternative happening. I mean, I'll give him anything he wants. I'll do anything he asks. I will like submit to this man. He will be my teacher. I will be his student. And that's just how I feel about it. 100%. It's not many times I've said that, but there's a few people. He's one of them, probably the highest level of, oh my God, I can't even imagine what he knows about Sasquatch and how he could facilitate this discovery process. So I'm extremely interested in that. And I can't even know what, honestly, Paul, I can't even think about it. I just got to let it manifest how it is because I just get so excited. So salute from Cincinnati. Thank you very much, John Mack. Catherine Dale, Todd came to Chena Mountain in Alabama near Oxford. Todd came to the Cheaha Mountain in Alabama. How do you know that, Catherine? If that's correct. You are correct. Who? Catherine, I haven't met you. Did you see me in the newspaper or something? I was in the newspaper down there. So, frustrated farmer, how many different Sasquatch have you met? Oh, I can't even count. Couldn't even count. Like, and there's so many different kinds of interactions where I won't see them, where I will see them, where I can see them well, where they're around a lot or not. Even, like last year, there were, one significant sighting I can think of. I saw 2 Sasquatch, and one was off to my right that I didn't see. So I would count that as there were 3 Sasquatch around, and probably even 4, because there was an apple at the trailer that got bit, and it wasn't the 3 Sasquatch that were around me that had bit that apple. So there's evidence of 4 Sasquatch, 2 that I saw. What does that count as? So I could substantiate 100% there were 3 Sasquatch, 2 that I saw. And how long did I see them? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. I was talking to them, looking at them for between 30 seconds and 90 seconds, maybe, would be my estimation. If you've ever been in a moment like that, you're not timing it. The things that are going through your head and the reality of what comes out, most of the time, people will start sucking their thumb and say mommy and curl up into a ball. Probably I was in that category in the beginning, but now I've been doing this for so long, guys, like, 2004, 20 years. I've been really, really smashing away at this specific discovery process. And, you can watch the video. It's one of the successes we had this year. And all the expeditioners that were there will tell you right straight. Todd walked right up to those 2 Sasquatch and I was talking to them. I was excited. Like, I was thrilled. It was, just absolutely thrilling and exciting and disappointing that I didn't get better success than I had. They walked away. And in a situation like that, I don't know what to do. So the Sasquatch so there's 2 Sasquatch standing there. It's dark. You can see them. You can see their silhouettes, but as my eyes are adjusting, I'm seeing like the depth of them, their body composition, the eyes that are glowing 100%. So I'm talking to them, and they're clearly looking at me, both of them. One moves off, one stands, and then the other starts to move off. What do I do? Chase him? No. He wants to leave. Like, he's leaving because he wants to go away from me. So I can't chase him. And even I'm feeling like following him. He doesn't want to be followed. I could tell by his body demeanor. He's like, this is enough. That's enough for you for today, for whatever reason. Because remember, I'm not alone either. I also have expeditioners there. So, and I am their guide. I am there to take care of them. So, I feel this, very, very excited and happy and incredibly grateful that it happened, and disappointed that it wasn't more. I'd like to just, if they just would have stayed there, could have walked up and sat down beside them or something, like how incredible would that have been? And I would have done that. So it's really, but anyways, there's just dozens and dozens of things like that. How many Sasquatch have I met? Even what does that mean? What have I met? I'd say I met 4 that day. So, but I couldn't even count. When you've been doing this for 20 years, and you know what? Honestly, I was having so much success in the beginning, and I didn't document it very well. I'm just like, I'm very unrefined, I'm very just, even in the documentary, like discovering Bigfoot, what a There's video 2 and 3 is a movie just all by itself about how those videos happened. Anything short of that is very disrespectful for the work and time and effort that went in to get in those videos, to being out there in the wilderness and finding those Sasquatch and failing and succeeding, all the stuff that goes on. Video 4 with Jane, that is also a movie. That could be a whole movie all by itself, easily, and it would entertain you because so much stuff went on. Like what a struggle. And then video 5, movie all by itself. Video 6, easily a movie all by itself. Video 7, video 8, those both happened. That's the thermal and the Kubota footage that happened on the same day. You know, like that's it's shameful the lack of details that I've gotten into with these tremendous pieces of evidence. Tremendous, incredible pieces of evidence. It's, you know, you watch Bigfoot shows that never have any, you watch hours and hours, season after season of Bigfoot show and not see a Sasquatch. And yet I couldn't do, I didn't even do 60 minutes before you get to the meat of the footage, like all the backstory. So, you know, and just been so much. What's amazing though that I love about the expeditions and working in the field is that's when that knowledge is significant. I'll say, okay, so back in 2014, I had this day where this Sasquatch did this and these things happened. So let's do this based on that information. Or let's combine what happened in 2014 with what happened in 2010. And I we're going to talk about all these things that had happened, and we combine those to hope to get success here in 2024. So, and really, even like I can't tell you, like so many expeditioners, even guys that have been out for years and years. Like I talk about Logan. Like Logan has always got his ear to me. He's always listening because there's always something, some experience that I've had that, you know, I haven't talked about and or even don't like talking about, not like getting public. And Logan's been really good. Logan from Texas. This will be his 4th year with me, and he's really good at getting all these experiences out of me, which is awesome. And I love it. So, but I feel like that's where the breadth of my knowledge comes into, and it would be nice to sit down and chronicle all these things. But yeah, it is what it is for now. Oh my God, Cody. How's it going, Cody? I sure miss you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is speaking of this is one of the gentlemen that is the reason that Todd Standing does Bigfoot expeditions. So it was Cody, Jonathan, and Scout. Cody and Jonathan were the first two, and Scout came halfway late in the expedition. All amazing people. Jonathan is a U.S. Army Ranger. So what's going on here with this freaking thing? Hopefully it's all still working good. Something just popped up. I don't know why. I don't want to touch it. But yeah, we had an awesome expedition, and Cody became like a lifelong friend. Cody lives in Squamish, so it says Cody from Squamish misses you and the family. Come visit soon. Oh my God, Cody, I want to visit so bad. Where are the most dense populations of Sasquatch you say in the Pacific Northwest? I'd say like, actually, I don't know, like dense. Dense is the key word there. I think like Washington State probably. Like, what does he say? Yeah, populations Northwest. Well, I think Washington State. Period. Just it's so lush there and so abundant with life. Yeah, it's going to be in Washington State where the salmon spawning areas are close to the ocean. So much abundance there. The elk are fat. The deer are fat. The abundance of vegetation is fat. And then you have not just all the land animals. There's no moose around in Washington State where I've been, which blew my mind. Because there's so much terrain for them, so much wetlands for them, they would thrive there. I don't know what that must be something humans have done. Like there's no grizzly bears there. California State, their emblem is the grizzly bear, and they wipe them out, totally wipe them out. So it must be something bad's happened. Yeah, I would definitely say Washington State. Not even, and I don't even think into British Columbia because I've been down along the border there from Washington to British Columbia. It seems just south of the border, it gets really abundant. Even like and above Oregon too, just gorgeous. And that's why I'm going back to Nia Bay. I just love it there, and so much abundance when you combine the ocean and that temperature. Like in case you all don't know either, the most abundant place to live for life is Vancouver Island in the world. That's biologically known because of the ocean, the salt ocean abundance it brings into the land, the fish combined with the deer, the elk, all the animals that thrive there that you can eat and consume. So it's really, really significant, really abundant. And so many plants grow there that are so abundant, that grow there just like weeds. So John Bernagel and other biologists have taught me that. So, but I don't think Sasquatch is going to have the highest concentration on Vancouver Island. I don't know why. Just in my experience, from what I feel, it feels like that Washington State, and Washington State, backs onto Idaho and Montana. So much range there. I think Vancouver Island's a little more limited, but I don't have that much experience on Vancouver Island though, unfortunately. So I have way more experience in Washington State, all the way through up and into Montana, through Idaho. I have a tremendous amount of experience. So I'm probably a little jaded by saying that. Maybe Vancouver Island's better, just because it's the most abundant place in the world. So, what's the best Bigfoot documentary I could watch? Oh my God, I don't know, because there's so, like, I'm not trying to be I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't like talking heads. Just talking heads. I don't like that. Um, I don't even know. I just I don't know what to tell you. So watch the Survivorman Bigfoots that I'm in my documentary. I'm not trying to be egotistical, guys. I just don't see people, like, they're not talking about even tree breaks. Never mind structures. Never mind triangulations. Never mind just the like, you might get a track or two, but you're gonna get a trackway. Like, we get trackways all the time. Trackways. I'd say every second expedition we find an incredibly amazing Sasquatch trackway. I mean, we just get so much spectacular success in these areas. Fresh tree breaks, fresh interactions, apples getting taken right 50 yards away from base camp, Sasquatch coming up within 20 yards of expeditioners or closer, or getting eyewitness accountings. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, the success that we're getting. And I would, you know what, guys, I would love to see other people get to this level. I don't even see anything close to it. Like, I literally don't have any competition. So I love what people are doing, like, so much respect for what people are doing. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I've learned so much from Robert Kreider. I think the dude's amazing, but I'm coming on to 12, 13 Sasquatch videos, like, showing dozens and dozens of people have eyewitnessed a Sasquatch under my guidance. Like, we're at such a level. I'm taking out 36 people this year over 12 one-week expeditions. Who the hell's doing that? Like, you get other people that can say, "Oh, I do Sasquatch for a living." Do you really though? Because if you're doing it in a lab, or if you got a TV show, like, that's just garbage. This is not going to get done in a lab. Those TV shows are crap. They're all about ratings. They're just manure garbage. They're so, like, from a real perspective, they're not even close. Like, what they do, it's just so flash in the pan garbage. Like, and I'm saying this from the perspective of, like, a primatologist. Looking at this, like, if you went to look for gorillas like that, you would never find scat in your whole series. I mean, it's ridiculously silly. Just so dumb what they're doing. I I have people sending me episodes. Hey, watch this, and I go, that's the dumbest. Like, we are really out there, guys. We're really in Sasquatch habitat. Like, my big thing this year is putting cameras all around the trailers, because they're shaking the trailer every second expedition, banging on the glass. You know, so I had my reasons to not do that in the past. I'm done with them. Speaking of Logan, Logan is an IT guy. He's highly technical. He works for, like, AT&T and Sprint and all these amazing big companies, doing web stuff and internet stuff. And he's the one, he actually wants to put, so I'll talk about this. I would love to do this. He wants to put, like, cameras with internet, because I do have an internet satellite dish out there. Thank you, Elon Musk. And so he'd like to have live feeds 24/7. Would that be amazing? I have nothing to hide, guys. As long as the location is going to be GPSed, we've got to keep that secret. But I would love to have 24/7, man. The bears and the wolves and the mountain lions and the elk, deer, moose that we'd see, the hawks, all the stuff that we would catch on game cam, it'd be sick. So this is a tremendous expense. So why have we done this? Because, are you paying for it? I get these, oh my God, guys, like, idiots saying the stupidest things. They're liars. Like, you understand, there's no other way to put it. Oh, Todd Stanning's rich. He comes from a rich family. What? No, not. Like, what, you think you're in my bank account? Like, oh, Todd's movie made millions of dollars. Yeah, it did. It brought in millions of dollars. You know who got it all? The distributor. Do you know anything about distribution companies? They take 99% of the money. And you know what? I went back to them. I'm still going to work with them, because that's the 99%. They take the money. I do 99% of the work and I get 1% of the money. And I'm going back to them. They're the best deal I can get. That's the world. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. That's the way it is. And I'm happy. I do okay. But it is hurtful when people make blatant lies like that. People are lying. They're saying stuff that's not true. And I don't know what to tell you. It's and then people take this stuff like it's oh well, Todd's rich. Oh, this is just or he does it all for the money, these ridiculous asinine things. Talk to the people that know me, right? For the money. Like, guys, when you make a donation to me, it goes to buy me a new pair of boots. My boots are worn out. They're wrecked. Like you won't see me drive around in a brand new truck. My vehicles are older and I spend time fixing my blow tires. I change the oil on them. Like, this is, it's like this for now. I don't know how that's going to change. Um, I am a full-time researcher. This is my job, but just there's so many. My sister's not a special effects makeup artist. Like, the lies, especially, I'm seeing it really bad now because my videos are getting more viewership, and when the viewership widens up, the liars that lie, like, just lie after lie after lie, stupid crap. Like, it just like, oh my god. Um, but anyways, that's just it's what's going to happen, right? It's hard to know who to trust and who to believe because people will just start saying this stuff. And there are guys. This is what's frustrating about the most frustrating thing is there's guys like Steve Culls. He's a liar. He's a complete ignoramus. He said the dumbest things about me, and what happens is we prove, okay, like for video 4, that ignoramus moron said that I filmed it behind glass and used fake snow. We're in Canada. We have snow. I have snow right now. I don't know what fake snow looks like. We have snow 6 months of the year. When snow's gone, if somebody made fake snow, we'd beat them up. We only get 6 months of not snow. You better get that crap out of here, right? But that moron said that I filmed it behind glass and used fake snow. It was like, and of course it's completely ridiculous lie. He's got 10 stupid things like that he says. I found out that Todd's dad dated a woman who owned a fabric store. What the hell? That's a lie? And what if that happened? Like, they say the stupidest things and they go around beaking that I'm a known hoaxer and saying crap like that. And my point is they get away with it. You've been caught lying 10 times. You know what you are? You're a known liar, a fabricator of information. He does it again and again because nobody holds him to task for the lies that he's made. And there's so many, I can't even keep up with how many times that piece of garbage has lied. He's a liar. He's a chump. Go back to Walmart and do your security. Like, I'm literally, and the other thing too, guys, is this footage, man, I risk my life for this stuff. Especially me. On these expeditions, of bare charges, I'm the one that takes the hit. Do you understand that? A mountain lion wants some meat, and a mistake is made around my base camp. I'm the one getting the marks. I'm the one getting stitches in the hospital if I survive. These are realities I deal with. And you get these armchair quarterback wusses, beta chumps, too scared to go out there and get her done, and yet they're going to mock and chastise me, boots on the ground, killing it, like fighting for this discovery. And I love my life. I have no intention. I want to live to be an old man. But the crap I do, like, a mountain falls, you'll never hear of Todd Standing again when I'm hiking underneath it. And who knows when that's going to happen? There's so many dangers out there. Literally, I should have been dead at least 4 times that I know of. Dead. And Sasquatch, the only reason I'm here having a conversation with you is because Sasquatch keep me alive. 100%. 100.0%. That's a fact. And I say minimum 4. If I know 4 times, it's probably been double that. I did things they did that I didn't even know about to keep me alive. And literally, guys, like 100%. So even, let me tell you about one. Probably I wouldn't be here if this incident hadn't transpired. But the irony of it is I got the best piece of footage I've ever got. And then I almost died trying to keep that footage and lost it. So I had a structure I was putting apples on. The Sasquatch were taking them off. I theorized that the Sasquatch had gifted me salmon. So there was Kootenai salmon. They'd put salmon up on that structure to give me. What happened was a grizzly bear came along and ate it, picked up my scent, and came to kill me. As this grizzly bear stalking me to kill me and eat me, like end my life stalking, right? This is an incredible top predator stalking me to kill me. I'm coming across a creek, and these two Sasquatch, one of them was Jake, came out, and they're trying to look at me and tell me to turn around, dummy, because the bear is going to kill you right now. And they're making these gestures. In the meantime, I don't know what the hell's going on, completely ignorant. And I'm filming the greatest piece of Sasquatch footage I have ever seen, ever. Like zooming in on the eyes. I only had about 12 times optical on that Sony camera that I had, but they weren't far, especially Jake, he wasn't far away. And you could see the other Sasquatch in the background. But I'm telling you guys, like pupils dilating, blinking, private parts. He was actually, one of his feet, the mid-tarsal joint was flexing and the foot was bent, and I saw toes grabbing. That piece of footage, guys, that's why I say there is a piece of footage that will end this. If I had that piece of footage, I wouldn't be here right now. The discovery would be done. Problem is, as I'm filming and I refuse to give up on the footage, that bear hit the water behind me to come and kill me. Now I'm in a creek. It's about 2.5 feet deep, flowing pretty fast. The boulders are really round. And of course, when I turned around, that bear literally sounded like a truck hit the water. I mean, he's a 800-pound grizzly bear coming to kill me. I turn around and the current catches me and I slipped and I fell. I dropped the camera while it was recording. So I never found that camera again. So the footage is gone. And I went to reach for my gun. I slipped around and I fell again. And as I was trying to get up, the current was grabbing me and I was trying to grab my gun. I was waiting for that. He had me. Like I was dead. I've seen bears do this where they'll latch on to prey as they're struggling in the water. I had my back turned to an 800-pound grizzly who was aggressively, predatorily charging me to kill me. I was just basically waiting for those jaws to clamp in on my back and just give me a shake and kill me. Even I was trying to like, anyways, by the time I did get my composure, it was about 15, 20 seconds. That bear would have been on me in about 6 seconds. So I'm a dead man. Drowned, killed. There's no chance of survival. I promise you, the odds of having survived that are zero. Zero. He'd have drowned me. If some way I would have gotten away, my wounds would have been so deep and so significant, I'd have bled to death. I was literally a 1.5-day hike out of anywhere to get any help. No phone, no nothing. Dead. Like that's a death sentence, 100%. I turn around. I got my gun drawn out. Should be dead. Look. Who's standing between me and the grizzly bear? Jake and the other Sasquatch, soaking wet, and the bear's moving off in the other direction. So they literally repelled him, probably latched onto him. Might have even been a fight between the two of them. Because an aggressive bear like that, I just have no idea. I didn't see it. All I saw was soaking wet bear coming out of the water like the devil had kicked its ass. He didn't look good at all. You know what, guys? I never really thought about this before. That bear was injured. Yeah, he wasn't moving fluidly out of that water. He got up on that, you know what, like the back leg of his was moving poorly. I never thought about that. You know what I kind of thought? I thought that maybe he'd sprained his leg in the water. There's no way. There's no way. And Jake was soaked. Like Jake wasn't just wet from the legs, his whole body. Like I remember there was water dripping from his upper body. And remember, he's 9 feet tall in the air. So the water's only 2.5 feet deep and he was soaked. Yeah, I remember the backside of him. He was soaked. His shoulders weren't soaked, so it wasn't like he went into the water. But he was drenched from like the pecs down all the way. So extremely likely that Jake latched onto that bear and saved my life. 100% chance of death, right? 100%. So that's why when people say these preposterous things about me, lie. You know, they accuse me of lying and hoaxing. These deceitful, dishonest, horrible people have lied about me so much, and I've been through crap like that. Like I should be so dead. So the odds are I should have been dead many, many times over. That's how hard I work for this discovery. And yet these people could just come and say these horrible lies about me. It's frustrating. But I have really good news for all of us. Sasquatch are real. 100.0% chance the discovery will come. Oh, yes. 100% chance of that. And you know what they're going to say when it comes? They're going to go, oh my God, look at the tree breaks, look at the tracks, look at the footage that Todd Stanley has. Oh my God, he was telling the truth. All this time he was telling the truth. 100% chance of that. 100.0% chance. So that's something to be very excited about, something I'm very proud of. TKO Cody, hello. Where's the time gone? Oh my God, brother! And I know you're doing so well. I'm so proud of you, and I see your family's doing so great, Cody. So Cody was single and just just such a guy made from iron. Like he's out there with a U.S. Ranger and Todd Standing, and he didn't miss nothing. He was impressing us. So a Sasquatch came charging at us. So U.S. Ranger, military Ranger, honorably discharged. I can't remember what you call it. Like a proven U.S. badass Ranger. So what happened was Sasquatch comes charging at us hard, like beastly, bashing through the woods. So I go to pick up. No, I had my gun, so I draw my gun, point it down, waiting to see something, and it's coming hard, whatever it was. I thought it might be a bear, that's why I drew my gun. So I look over. U.S. Rangers got the shotgun. We got this tactical shotgun. He's got it all propped up. Picked up my shotgun, and he's bumping, pushing on my shoulder over here. Let's go, let's go. Because I told them, I go, guys, if something major happens, just let me handle it. Stay back. Not Cody and Jonathan. Nothing's happening to Todd Standing on their expedition. These two dudes. So what does Cody have? I only had two guns. Cody's got a freaking knife. No bear's putting its paws on Todd Standing, right? And I'll tell you, everybody thinks they're a superhero. Everybody thinks they're so tough. No disrespect, but the other expeditioner, I won't name his name, Cody, who came out the day after that happened. He came out halfway through the expedition. He literally heard like a squirrel. And this is a big dude, like a big muscular, very fit, extremely intelligent, amazing human being, tough guy. He hears some night bird. He literally jumped over the fire and sat down beside me and goes, "What was that sound?" Terrified. I go, "That's a night bird or a squirrel, whatever it was. I don't remember. Remember that, Cody?" So that's normal. No disrespect to him. Since then, he's proven his worth many times over. That gentleman's been out on 2 other expeditions with me, and he's tightened right up, and he's got his ducks in a row. Even a couple days later on the expedition, he was doing really, really well. Very impressed with him. But yeah, that was Cody and Jonathan. Amazing, right? And we we actually didn't find any evidence of that charge until the next expedition. We went out there and found the tracks and the busted trees and everything. So that's how vast the wilderness, guys. A Sasquatch charged at us. I'm an expert tracker, and I proved it on that expedition. I couldn't find, like, you're looking for a needle in a haystack. Couldn't find any evidence of that Sasquatch until the next expedition. I proved it on that expedition because Jonathan is that U.S. Ranger. He has a special U.S. Ranger issued knife. He went to cut something. We were way in the backcountry. Went to cut something and then didn't strap his knife back, and it fell out. And he had no idea where he dropped it. So I had to track his footprints back. And we did. Actually, it was Cody, too. I should give you some credit, right, Cody? Because I was following his tracks, and Cody found the knife. 100%, right? So Jonathan actually wasn't close to us because I was following his tracks. He has army boots on. I love following army boots. And Jonathan's like, "I wasn't even over there. You're never going to find my knife." I'm like, "Dude, you were this way. Trust me." He goes, "No, I wasn't over there." So Jonathan's way off in the distance. Cody's right on my ass. Right, follow me, like, and I'm kind of like jogging along. Cody's right there. I never have to look back for Cody. And I went right past the knife because I was so focused on the tracks. And Cody's like, were we looking for this?" So A, I found the tracks, followed the tracks. I was in the right spot. But B, if it wasn't for Cody, I never would have found that knife. And Jonathan would have thought I was a lunatic. So yeah. So Paul says, "What's the weather like in your research area in July?" Really nice. Need to bring long pants? No. Paul, are you coming on an expedition? What's the weather? Paul, I have 30 people. Are you coming on an expedition, Paul? What's the weather like? Any need to bring long pants? Well, in my area, no. July is really nice. I would bring long pants. Hiking with long pants is important because you get cut up pretty badly. Uh, I don't use long pants when it's hot like that, but my legs get cut up and I look like a mess. Even as much expertise as you have, if you go in shorts like I do for the week or barefoot in shorts, I get some cuts. I get some damage. Sasquatch gets damage and cuts. We see that in the dermal ridges on the feet. They get damaged up. Probably 100 times less, but when you're out there constantly, it still happens. So do you get exposed to radiation, forest phallus? What do you mean radiation? No, there's no nuclear plants or anything like that. Nuclear power plants? There's not even power lines out there. There's nothing of that sort. So in no way. So hey, Todd and Survivor Men should go back out in the country. I would love to. We'll see what happens. Survivor Men is just waiting for me to do something really exceptional. And that's the case. I say that on the expeditions. It's 3 people and me, unless Survivor Man attends. If something major happened, some major piece of footage happened, I would call him. He would fly out. If there's any way he could get out to it, I mean, Les also knows who I am. I haven't called him to come out because I haven't got anything enormously significant in my research area since I've been going here dedicated since about 2018 is when I came back and focused on radium 100%. So people are talking. Jody Brooks, Red Dog Todd's documentary is awesome. Oh, thanks, Jody. Appreciate that. I'm very proud of it. Paul, it's usually warm. Bring a raincoat and bug stuff. Wait, so Paul's coming on an expedition? I gotta get my sheet. It's don't be hard on me though. Oh my god. I got this documentary. I got YouTube channel to run. I got to prepare for the expedition, and I've got 30 people that I actually got the expeditions all done in November. Like I was done my expeditions in October. I had 30 people lined up in November done. So that was, it's December, January, February, March. So it's 4 months ago that I had everything all organized. I just got the paperwork for it, and I'll be talking to everybody and getting all that stuff. Wait a second, Paul, you're from Oregon. That's why you're asking those questions. Okay, my apologies. I can't even see your face. You're like a little speck. Thanks for tuning in today, my friend. So, love your content, Todd. Respect from the UK. So now, and I love that you're tuning in today. Just Darren with a DERREN, Darren Cook, because now we are an international show. I love saying that. Just before, we only have 4 minutes left, but we became international the last little bit. Yo, Todd, love your episode. Thank you so much, Paul, Robert. Appreciate it. Cody, boots on the his boots on the ground. World Creations. Oh my God, I haven't gotten through the questions much today. Boom, hey Todd, and the Sasquatch Mod Squad, love it. Only term I don't really like, guys, and this is out of respect for the native people, is squatching. They don't like to hear that. It's very disrespectful because the term Sasquatch is disrespectful enough. It's the squawk is actually how it's pronounced. It sounds strange. I don't even pronounce it very well. So saying Sasquatch, they tolerate that, but you say squatching and stuff like that, it's disrespectful. So I've seen the natives do that, and then John Benernagel thought it was very disrespectful. So whoa, what happened here? Something's going on. So hi Todd, huge fan from Bellingham, Washington. Thank you so much. Bellington, Washington State. I love Washington State. Sammy Chicken, Crikey, I'm late again. And now we're in South Australia where the Yowie is. And I'll tell you, so real quickly, the Blue Mountains of Australia, man, the Darnum Junk Tribe, gosh, 12 years ago, wanted me to come out there. I've been so upset that I couldn't do that. I want to get out there so bad. I'd love to go to Australia. And then COVID really screwed that up too. I was going to go out to there. They have an outdoor festival in Perth and somewhere else in 2 spots in Australia. It's now out of business. COVID put it right out of business, but or it's in transition now. It's not doing very well financially because I was going to go out to Australia. I was going to be so stoked to do that. So excited. So, oh my God, how far down? I haven't gone anywhere. Looks like Andy's talking about you didn't miss much. Todd started late. I did start late. Apologies for that. Todd, how far from Kubota were you when you got his picture? And how did you know where to point your camera? Awesome questions. I was far, man. I was using a Canon SX50, and that thing has like, what was it? It's 50 times optical zoom. I was even pushing digital there. Probably 50 times optical, 25 times digital. So I think I was probably, just let me speculate, but at least 100 yards, maybe more away. So it was pretty far. But what made me look there, though, was a sound, a feeling, but honestly, I saw a light spot. So right where that Kubota's head was, there was light, and it went dark. So I was like, I felt like wasn't like a boom. And what it was Kubota was coming in, and he hit the ground and got into that spot. So I could see in the trackway, literally he slid, maybe 3 inches, but he moved in there and he hit the ground hard because he was ducking down through that spot. So so the sound cued me a little bit. I could feel up there a little bit, but the number one thing was it it was lit up. Like I could see the trees and the branches, and it went pitch black dark. Do you guys understand? I couldn't see Komodo with my naked eye. That's how amazing that camera is. It's called the Sony SX50 HS. And the HS is for high sensitivity light. So you can literally see a cave that's black. If you zoom in with that camera, what it'll do is it'll go to that black spot. And if you focus it on that black spot, it'll light it up where you can, because it's not dark in there really. It's just dark compared to the external, right? So that camera will zoom in and focus on that spot. And then the high sensitivity of light will make it bright and clear. I don't know what to tell you. When I saw Kubota there, when I could see him, at first I couldn't. It wouldn't focus on him. It was focusing on the damn grass in front. Oh, I was so frustrated, and I wasn't good with the manual focus on that damn camera. But and that's the audio was me dropping a couple of f bombs. Come on, focus beyond, please, please, because I could see it was a Sasquatch there, and it did. Oh man, it came in so nice, and then the battery light was blinking. Oh man, then I just popped that battery up, put another one in, because I had like 6 batteries, but I'd used them all up. They were so dead. But yeah, it was what a spectacular day. I love my experiences. I just had so much fun. I love these things that I've got to do. I hope you guys enjoy me sharing these experiences, and there's going to be books, guys. If Sasquatch is proven to exist, when Sasquatch is proven to exist, hopefully very soon, the reality of what me and people like me have been through, the chastisation, the laughing, the mockery, the Patterson footage, Bob Gimlin, Jeff Meldrum, even Survivor Man, he gets chastised, laughed at, mocked, and ridiculed. You know, we won't be asking for any payback. It's I'll just smile and go, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's just been so fun. I have such a fun life. I really appreciate all of your support so much. It really means a lot to me. And there's so much to come, guys. I I'm gonna like every year. It's no different. I'm gonna put my heart and soul into the research that we do this year. I'm out there to make this discovery precipitate, ladies and gentlemen. My heart and soul. I put everything into it. I make major sacrifices from family, from my children. I spend 20 weeks completely away from my children. When I come home, I have to bust my ass preparing for the next expedition. But it's hard, guys. It's rough. It wears on me. I'll come into the expeditions 230 pounds with a little bit of body fat, and by the time they're done, I'll be 210 pounds of abs and ripped to the bone, freezing my ass off in the winter. Well, I'll be pretty well ice trained. That's been helping me a lot. But I, I promise you guys, as a fellow human beings, because we are all in the brotherhood of humanity, I promise you, I'm going to put my whole heart and soul into it this year to get the best evidence to facilitate this discovery coming to an end, where it's okay, they're real. I'm writing a DK book about Sasquatch. National Geographic is coming out to take it to the next level. That is heart and soul, guys. And I don't see any reason why this can't be the year. 2024 feels great. It's it just the year feels great. It's the year of fives for me. So I absolutely love that, and I feel like I'm coming into a really really wonderful place with the meditation, with the serenity, with my spirituality, physically, powerfully, mindfully set. Really uh, grounded and solid with my heart and soul. I'm going to put into this year, and I ask you guys to just really believe, and pray, or whatever you want to call it. Just have faith that this discovery is coming, because humanity wants it. Humanity needs it. For so many reasons, if you watch my previous live shows, this discovery is important for absolutely getting back to nature, reconnecting with our with our wildness, which is what our freedom is, becoming less domesticated, and finding that limitation, finding a balance between technology and what's in the wilderness, and what our true organic nature is. Because I don't want to reject technology, but I also, we have it and we are technological, but it's gotten too far. It's been out of control, and this discovery will literally fix that 100%. So thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure talking to you all. Lots of videos to come live on Wednesday, Throwback Thursdays tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I'm very excited about it. And of course, Sunday is Sasquatch Sunday for me. So bye for now. Take care.